welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot. For this reading, I'm going to tune into the Earth Sign Collective, which is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and see what messages Spirit wants to impart. So look at the two piles. We've got the pile right here with the lighter colored stone, and then the darker colored stone right here. And pick what pile you think is relevant to you. Just tune into that for the Earth Sign Collective, and then we'll get started. All right, pile number one. We've got for the Earth Sign Collective. Let's see what we have here for the. I'll take the stone away so my cat doesn't take it. I might take the stone away from this one too, because she tends to abscond with the crystals that I have. All right, so we've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Fool. This is pile one. So for the Earth Sun Collective of Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, so we've got Queen of Wands, the Fool. We've got the Eight of Wands. We've got the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Cups, and we've also got the Five of Cups. Interesting. So let's see what card I'm drawn to first in this spread. So I'm first drawn to the Eight of Wands in reverse, and I'm hearing that this is very much about how you're experiencing overwhelm and excitement, and I'm hearing that you're starting to change how you look at overwhelm. The people who picked this pile is basically there was a sense of there's a change with it, because there's some of you I hear don't like overwhelmed, don't like being overwhelmed. Some of you enjoy it, but there's a change in how you deal with like speed and the energy through which life moves forward. So there's a movement towards that, and I hear that there's a movement away from this in regards to how you deal with this. Like there's a need to integrate how you move forward in life, and how you integrate the speed, and how, like, what activities fill your day in terms of, like, do you want to do a lot of activities during the day, and how, like, what takes priority to you? That is a very big deal to you too. Like how much time is spent, tending to other people's issues and their issues. And I'm hearing that with the Queen of Wands over here, you're kind of looking back and thinking, how am I going to, like, I want to move forward in a different way with the Fool. I want to move forward, but you're almost thinking, okay, how am I going to now move forward and integrate and make my priorities in my life, in regards to what I attend to, in regards to other people, like how much do I attend to them, and also, the speed at which I go forth in my life. Like, some of you are wondering, and what I hear is, whatever works for you. Like, I hear them say, like, whatever works for you is good. Like, some of you may think, like, oh, do I spend too much time? Like, do I spend too much time? Am I too much? I hear, am I, like, too much of a workaholic? And I hear that you will know. Don't have anybody else tell you what that balance should be. Don't have anybody else tell you, oh, you're a workaholic, or you do too much, or you do too little, or don't let another person criticize you for the way that you live your life, because the way that you have the power within, I hear, to integrate and balance out your own life in terms of what you give priority to. And I hear, if you work 60 hours a week and you're fine with that, do that. If you truly feel a healthy sense of integration with that, and that feels healthy, if that feels like a healthy speed by which you do things, then do that. But if it doesn't, don't be afraid to scale back to something else. And also I hear, like, yeah, there's just a very much a self judgment in terms of, I hear how you organize your life, and I hear that you'll find that balance, and I hear release the judgment. Release the judgment at how you organize your life and how, even just how you live in general. And you will find that balance of how much passion you you have for, like, how much time you spend with other people, how that work life balance. Oop, my cat is knocking over all my cards over. Oh, now she's knocking over my water too. But yeah, like, you are able to find that balance of how much you spend, time you spend with other people, time you work, how much. Oop, my kitty cat is knocking everything over. And yeah, you just you what yet I hear you can find that balance, and with going into your heart and going within, like, you can find that balance. And with the 5 of Cups, I'm oh with the 5 of Cups, I'm getting something different than disappointment. I'm getting that some of you, this is what I hear, like, some of you need to actually, like, oftentimes this card is about releasing disappointment, but I'm hearing that some of you need to acknowledge your pain. That's what I hear for this one. Like, it's like there's a sense of you need to go within, and I hear for some there may be, you may want to stop, like, throwing yourself into so many, and this isn't for everybody, but you may want to take a period off where you're not throwing yourself into so many tasks, because it can sometimes be a form of avoidance. Like, it can sometimes be a form of avoidance to do that. And I hear that, don't oop oop don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go within. I hear, don't be afraid to go within and to feel your feelings. I hear, don't be afraid to, I hear that it's not something that's scary, that it's not as scary as you think. I hear. And don't be afraid to, because a lot of times with this card it's just like, get away from this feeling, don't feel this feeling, and look at the two cups over here. But I hear that it's, don't be afraid to acknowledge your pain, and this, somehow acknowledging your pain will somehow relate to, like, how you how you move forward, how you, like, when I hear, when you integrate those feelings, you will know how to organize your life, and you will know how to organize your life and the speed at which you move forward. Yeah, the speed at which you move forward in life, and how you saw the speed at which everything flows, and how that relates to how you organize your life. I hear. So I should get some cards from the. Okay, let's see. 3 from the top. I hear, and I hear begin to explore, and that kind of goes with the 8 of Cups card. Like, I hear that there needs to be sort of an exploration of emotions, and that sometimes you avoid emotions with with sort of overwork, and get doing all this stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. But I hear that once you integrate these emotions, you will, and explore those emotions that are sort of behind everything. Yeah, you'll be able to balance everything out in regards to that, in regards to how you move forward, with the speed at which you move forward in your life. I hear, and everything will be recalibrated. I hear too. And then I also got, for some, if you have children, it may be to do with that, like how much energy, even I hear sometimes, even if they're grown sometimes, like, you'll figure out, how much should I give, how much shouldn't I give. It's some of, like, a balance in regards to that, and you'll know what that balance is. And I hear also 6 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And servant. And I hear that some of you don't want to feel so much like a servant, or if you don't want to feel that way, it's almost like, ooh, my cat is I'll try and distract her with something over here so she doesn't knock everything over. But if you don't want to be a servant, it's almost like you sort of reintegrating how much you do for other people, because you do a lot for other people, and it's like you want to figure out what that is. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, really. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you want to figure out what is the balance, and is that, like, what balance is appropriate for you in regards to that, like what balance is appropriate, and I hear you can figure out that balance. You can go within and figure out that balance. And I hear, okay, 7 from the top for the cards. And oh yeah, I got the 8 of Cups again. Interesting. So that's I like combining decks, because then you can get confirmation if another card comes up. So with the 8 of Cups, we've got an 8 of Cups here as well, and I'm being asked to look at sort of the difference between these two cards. Like him, he seems to be walking away. He seems to be walking away, and for yeah, for one, he seems to be praying. So it's kind of a combination of like praying, going within, praying, and then also just, yeah, walking away, and but sort of going into your spiritual center. Not really. What I'm hearing is like, don't avoid it by walking away. Go, like, ask. I hear truly ask, almost like the nature of this card right here. Like, he looks like he's going into a spiritual quest in this rendition of the 8 of Cups. So it's like I hear that there's a lot of exploration in the next couple weeks in regards to, yeah, in regards to what you do for other people, what you do for yourself, and the speed at which you move forward in life. I hear. And I'm hearing 7 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So correct your mistakes. And I'm hearing for that is that your mistakes may not be as bad as you think they are. I hear they're about 70% less. 70%. Like, if any of you here, and this isn't for everyone, but if you feel like you made a horrible mistake, it's like you're like, they're about 80% less than you think. So I hear, don't worry so much if you think that you've made a horrible mistake. And yeah, so that's, let me get, yeah, I think here one more card. So 5 from the bottom. 3, 4, 5. So 5, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I hear, love is a deep pool that never dries up. You have more to give than you realize. The only expectation you should have in giving to others is what you expect of yourself. That's how you stay replenished. So what I'm hearing for that is, like, just figuring out how much you give to other people, how much you stay replenished, how much you make that integration, I hear, like, of, and you'll know what that means. Your soul will know what that means. But yeah, that's all we've got for pile number 1, and I'm going to move on to pile number 2. I'm just going to wash my, here we go. All right, so I'm back for, no. Okay, so now it's time for pile number 2. So for the Earth Sign Collective, and what messages we have for the Earth Sign Collective. Okay. So pile number 2. I took the stones away because my cat she was being in a destructive mood, so I had to take the stones away. But yeah, we've got pile number 2. We've got, for the Earth Sign Collective, that's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So we've got the the 9 of Swords in reverse. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Strength. we've got, no, 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 don't knock over the camera. Don't knock over the camera. I'm going to distract her with the stones over here so she doesn't knock over the camera. Okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Strength, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, and the Star. So immediately, I'm the first card I was drawn to with the Nine of Swords, and I hear that your time of sort of cold, sort of sort of wandering alone in the desert, I hear, for some, and that imagery might spark something for somebody, is over. I hear that's at the end of the deck. So it's that sense, because if you look at this card, there's a sense of somebody just going off on their own. They're kind of they're walking away. They're kind of out in the cold, and there's this cold sense. And I hear that you are going to be moving out of that energy with a sense of fire, like a movement forward of fire, as you've already done the work to. There's something that you've been like struggling to get a hold of, to um to get into balance. Like there's something that it's like a huge, and I hear it's one or two things, and if it's two things, it's connected. But it's something that's internal that connects to the outward, because as things always do, like what's going on inside is always connected to the outward. But it's something that you're moving away from that energy, and yeah, there's just a sense of you're not gonna be in this cold energy anymore. Like if you've been feeling like you've been in this cold energy, and like almost a sense of not being connected to the world. And what's been happening the last couple years has been very surreal, and you may have felt that, the sense of, okay, now it's getting really weird with the things that are going on the last couple years, and it's been almost like surreal. So it's like and maybe you never felt particularly grounded to the earth, I'm hearing, or a sense of almost being not quite part of this. I'm trying to describe what I'm getting, but yeah, not being quite part of this reality. But then it almost the last couple years, they really brought that home for you, but you almost, because of the energy that's been happening, it's like you kind of went to an opposite direction, and because of that, um, you will almost become more grounded and part of this reality. And I hear this is because of some strong inner work you've been doing, and because of this, you're going to start to feel like you're grounded in this reality more. Is what I hear. Like it's yeah. You'll feel grounded. Oop, yeah, you'll feel more grounded into this reality. Um, and it's very much going to be a. I'll put my rocks over here just so I can entice her out of the way. But yeah, like it's like it very much is like a turning point for you. It's very much a turning point, and with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you're definitely going into a direction. And I hear you're going forward, but you're also going inward and downward. I just see this sense of being grounded fully to this earth in a way that you haven't before. And from that sense, I'm hearing that from that sense of being grounded, you'll be able to move. You'll be able to move forward to. Because of that groundedness, you'll be able to move. Almost feel, and it sounds contradictory, but you'll be able to more connect to the spiritual essence of the heavens. Of almost like you'll be able to, because of that connection that you've been lacking. It's like you'll be able to connect more to the spiritual center. And it's like the last couple years have really emphasized sort of the disconnection that you feel, to the point where you had to go within. You had to go within, wrestle your demons like extremely. Like you really had to wrestle your demons. And because of that, you will you will begin to totally ground, and you will feel actually here. I hear for the first time you actually feel like you're actually part of this earth. And I see this image of your I see an image of your almost your body becoming more solidified in this reality almost. And it's like because of that, because of going inward and going downward, you're going to be going upward and you're going to be able to ascend. Like you see this woman, she's moving forward, she's moving forward, she's moving to the star, right? Which is very much like a spiritual healing energy, very much a, like connecting to the cosmos, to the, like you may be very interested in various, like I hear, like you may maybe astrology, but also other alien races and planets. And I hear that because you're grounding here, you'll be able to almost connect to your star family more. You'll be able to connect to your your spirit more, and you'll be able to do that because of let's see. Let me shuffle the deck, and I heard four from the bottom. So let's see, one, two, three, four. Let's see, and I hear accept disappointments gracefully, because there may be a sense of like people very much disappointing you, and I hear from that, like do the healing work. Like I hear that people have disappointed you immensely, or there has been some people, like some people you do like, but there's some people that you have disappointed you, I hear, immensely. And it's just like, and I hear, don't hate yourself for having those feelings, or don't chastise yourself, but take the time to like integrate the feelings of disappointment you feel for other people. And I hear once those are process are absolutely digested, you'll be able to move forward. And I hear also take a step back too. So that's like there's a sense of looking at the whole picture, maybe looking at the whole picture of what's happened the last couple of years, your whole life, or anything, just taking a step back. And I hear that you'll have a sense of peace from that. You'll have a sense of peace from almost looking at the whole picture. And I hear seeing your value, like feeling um, seeing your value. Like you'll be able to do that. And I hear live your soul, not a role. I hear from that you are not a human doing, but a human being. And I hear completely separate yourself one at a time from your sense of goals, your sense of, and those are good, those are very important. I'm not saying that those are not important. They are very important, but see yourself for as a time as separate from that. I hear like seeing yourself as the true being that you are, as separate, as worth apart from what you do. I hear like just to take a time to solidify that and realize that you are of worth behind what you do, and love your spirit. So basically learn to love yourself and your spirit as a being whose worth is not contingent on your goals, your aspirations, what you create on life, right? Because so much time in society we basically we put our worth in what we do, what we have, what we our accomplishments, and it's like just see your value apart from that. Just see your value just in the moment, in this present time, irrespective of what you've done, what you haven't done, what you think you should have done, what you want to do. Just see your value as just coming from your spirit, just from your spirit. Who you are as a person is the value that you need to give yourself, and accept what is. So I'm here. I'm coming back to almost like with people. Like there's a sense of not wanting to accept people, which is understandable when they're not, up to par, so to speak, right? When someone isn't, up to par, or acting in you know, a sublime way, so to speak. But I hear sort of learning to accept and love yourself will help you to accept other people and their failings. And Yeah, we've got face your shadow, so that could mean like go within. And I hear like just separate yourself from people for a little bit from their energies. I hear like what what you do for them, what they think you can do for them. Like just the I hear a lot of entanglements, and just you'll be able to entangle the sort of the emotionalities from that kind of those energies that as they connect to other people. And I also hear don't push the envelope. So that sort of goes with the energy I've been saying, like sort of you know, don't worry so much about your goals, and I mean worry about them, absolutely do that, but also having a sense of I'm fine. Just like you hear, see this man here is looking at the watch, and I'm not saying it's very good to have goals, and I think we all should have them because that's the way that we move forward. That's how we gain energy. That's how a human moves forward, and that's how they, how they it's very bad not to have goals, right? Because then you don't have any meaning. But I'm hearing just there's a sense of just separating from that and just not always worrying about that for a time, just to see how you are, how your energy is separate from that. I hear just seeing how your energy is separate from what you do, what you have, what you are in the world. I hear, and I hear also speak up. So I'm hearing like 75% of that is speaking up to like don't be afraid to speak up for your needs and your feelings. I hear 75 80% I hear like that speaking up. Don't be afraid to have needs, boundaries, like a sense of I'm worth this. I'm worth, you know, what I'm worth, I hear, worth considerate behavior from other people. I also heard four from the bottom. So quietly serve. And what I get from that is sort of, I don't quite get the serve part. I just got quietly. I hear like sort of go in. That's what I hear from the card. Like go quietly within, I hear. And it's sort of the sense of, like you hear, it's like almost like a bathtub right here. It's like somebody who's like they're sort of separating themselves from other people for a while and finding that quiet within that's separate from their accomplishments, separate from like what other people think of them, separate from what they see as their accomplishments and who they, their sort of their self of their roles in the world, so to speak. And then we've also got keep your commitments. And I hear is from that is keep your commitments to yourself. I hear if you say that you're going to do something or take care of yourself in a certain way, do that. Keep your commitments. Like keep your commitments to yourself. If you say you're going to exercise, do that. If you say you're going to have a salt bath, do that. If you say that you're going to, I like treat yourself in a certain way, do that. And also I hear keep your commitments for healthy eating. I hear like I'm hearing like you can find options to eat food that's also tasty as well, that's also nutritious. So I'm hearing, because I hear that some of you kind of get into a sluggish rut sometimes with eating the wrong foods for you, and I hear that you can find everything that you find that sort of you eat it and it sort of sluggishly heavily affects your body, your spirit, but you do it again because it's sort of like a you know it causes self-soothing, if you will. But like basically, like I hear like you can find alternatives. I hear like for some people stay away from bread and sugar. And I hear like I'm not a doctor obviously, so I put that caveat. But yeah, bread and sugar, and have like like I said, find some alternative sweeteners, some alternative recipes that are not that taste as well, but they're more nourishing to your mind and soul and your ascension journey and your sort of your connection with the spirit, with the star. Like just finding that connection with the spirit. I hear, and you'll know that the ones that I'm talking to, I'm not talking to everybody of this pile, but the ones who will know that. And I hear, just ask your guide to help you with your eating habits and enjoy food in a healthy. So don't be afraid to enjoy food, but enjoy it in a healthy way. Enjoy it in a way that it connect. Don't be afraid to eat. Like, don't too. They say, like, because there's some guilt about eating. Don't be afraid. Don't have guilt in terms of eating, but don't, like, but find something that's a higher integrity food. I hear, hear less, no sugar, less or no sugar, less of that sort of heavy foods, and something that's like really, yeah, I hear that that's part of your journey for some of you. But still enjoy it, food, but just shift it. Like, find recipes that are different, but are just as good, but are healthily converted, if you will. And the YouTube has a lot of, you can just search that out. Like any pretty much any food can be, changed to a different, form. Like there's good quality versions of pretty much low sugar versions of pretty much lots of food. So I hear, so that's a sort of a issue. And I hear that if anyone else has any addiction issues, I hear, don't beat yourself up for that, but sort of find where the disconnection happened. And this could be any addiction, right? Like, exercise, food, anything, right? Addictions and I hear that all addictions or all self-medications is all about a disconnection from yourself, and find the point by which you disconnected from this healing, interconnected star energy. And once you find that point, your addiction will naturally even out, and you'll find that balance. You'll find that circular center, and you'll be able to find this sort of healing. Because if you look at these three cards, there's sort of like a healing energy of of being connected. She's walking into this energy of being connected. There's sort of a circular healing energy to these three cards, and I hear that you can find those. And when you find that, I hear your everything in your life will balance out to a way that pleases you. All right, and that's all we have for pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a good day.